Hi Flosstube, I'm Lori and welcome to Once Upon a Stitch. Today is Tuesday, July 1st, 2025. It is my 187th Flosstube. Welcome if you're new, and thank you so much if you're a returning viewer. I'm going to get right into what I've been stitching, and then I have a little update at the end of the video. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with the Great British Bake Off, which just finished week 5. And this is Who Has Gone Home by week. And week 5 was Linda, and that was Love You a Latte. So I'm going to start with the Great British Bake Off stitching, and then the rest of what I've been stitching. So the first one was Peter. He was first in technical, so that's 100 stitches. And that was Lori Holt's stitch cards. These are the ones that I'm doing, set L, and I'm doing the apron, the bowl, then the mixer, and then and I'm doing it in a long row. And this is being stitched on a 14 count Aida. It says white Aida, but it's not white. It's like an ivory. And for the 100 stitches, I stitched 256 stitches. So I finished this second card, and next one is the mixer. So I have another row of border to go around before I start the mixer. And it's so cute. I just love it. I love her colors all the time. Just those pops of pinks and teals. Just love it. I'm going to make it a wall hanging. And I'm doing it in the Call for DMCs. And I realized I forgot to move some stuff. The second one was Laura, and she was Star Baker. So that's 125 stitches on Autumn Sampler. That's a Lizzie Kate, and I'm stitching this on a 28 count Stormy Night Lugana. And for the 125, I put in 247, and that's how far I've gotten on Autumn Sampler. So the windows are all done. They're in gray, even though it looks like the fabric. The window panes are straight stitches. I haven't put them in yet. And then this time only 3 bakers covered all the 5 items that we're stitching for, which is first in technical, last in technical, Star Baker, Going Home, and Handshake. So this one was Linda, who was Love You a Latte, and she was last in technical, so that's 50. Going Home, that's 75. And since nobody else got a handshake, we add 150 to the person who's going home. And this is a Brenda Gervais pattern, Love Notes, and I was working on this one. So it called for 275 stitches, but with the 220, I finished Love You a Latte. Isn't she cute? This is stitched on a 14 count Country Mocha Aida. So cute. I didn't do the outlining of the flowers like it was called for. I just made it work for me. And this heart was sideways in the pattern. I decided to do it right side up. So that'll become a little pillow before Valentine's Day this year. So you're probably saying, but you didn't put in all your stitches for the Great British Bake Off. So I had alternate patterns that I had selected in case I finished something. So I picked Robin Spring by Robin Pickens, which I have in this beautiful bag that was made for me by Barb from Lost in Floss. Just love it. And so I put in 106 stitches on this, and for the total of both of them is 326. I love this pattern. So this is stitched on a 28 count, I don't know, let's see, did I write it somewhere? No. It looks like mushroom, but it's not as dark maybe. It's a Lugana, and it's a call for DMC, I think. Yes, DMC, all DMC, and I just love it. So what I put in since the last time you saw it is finish this flower, this bud, and the green stems for 106 stitches. So I still have to put, I guess, the black that's on these flower tulips. And then I have a big flower here. And then some more. And then the bird. So I have all this yet to do. And the side. I love this pattern. I love the fabric. I love the colors. I love everything about it. So that was the Great British Bake Off for this past weekend. And so for June, these were the acrostics. This is for the 24 hours, and this is Perilous Task. And I hit all the, I stitched on all those projects. The magazine monthly was Sweets, and I hit those goals. I hit the Whip Go, which for June was 21, which was Winter in the Village, and 23, which was Angel of Light. And for July, it's Elizabeth, this one, the 16, and 2, I believe, yes, the Solar Eclipse. So I will stitch on them 2 times in July. However many stitches I get done, but I'll touch them twice. And the magazine monthly for July, the word is Woolies. And I have all my projects picked out that I'd like to stitch on to meet this acrostic. So for the month of June, what I did was, just because I was curious, how many stitches did I totally stitch in the month of June? And that's for acrostics, for everything. And I even include the Great British Bake Off, because every week I want to see how many stitches I got on a project. So I've been putting down how many stitches on this piece of paper for the Great British Bake Off. So what I've stitched for and the total from here, it came out to 17,500 stitches. I don't know, for me, I think that was a lot. Maybe for some of you, you might do that in 2 weeks. But for me, I thought it was a lot. And so I'm glad I did it, because now I have some kind of baseline if I ever decide to really count stitches of how many I've stitched. I have something to compare to. But I don't think I ever want to do that again. Okay, what have I been stitching the rest of the week since we've been apart? I picked up Winter in the Village by Stony Creek. I'm down to my last house, but still a ways to go. Let's see. I put in 399 stitches. And I'm still working on the beauty salon. And that's the last house. I did this whole door area. This was all vacant, and I put in all the stitches here. And if I had some threads that I could use up in the roof area, I finished the thread up there, not to save it. None of the outlining is in yet. And this is stitched on a 28 count ivory Lugana. Look how beautiful that is. I love this piece. Stony Creek really has a way with the colors and the outlining. when I brought the sidewalk, what I call the blue line, the blue sidewalk down. So hopefully the next time I pick this up, I'll be able to finish the house and maybe start the outlining. I really enjoy, I think it's the fabric that I enjoy as well, as much as the pattern itself. Okay. And these are in no particular order, but I also picked up my Angel of Light on the 23rd. I picked this up twice this month. And I got in 232 stitches. And basically I got this red ribbon to match. And I did some of this blue teal in here. So I have, this is open. So I do have to go back in here and put in more. And this is where she's at. The empty stitching in here aren't beads. It's a Krynic. So I think I'm going to be using Rainbow Gallery Petite Treasure Braid. And this is on a 28 count Country Mocha, call for DMC, 2 threads over 2. I almost always use 2 threads. I'm trying to do one pattern that I'm working on that I've been started with one, and it's a big one. It's Christmas delivery. I haven't stitched on it in a while, but I have to the second time I picked it up, I started doing 2 threads and I had to pull it out, realizing as I was going that it was only 1 thread that I was supposed to be stitching with. So now I kind of always remember. This one I hadn't picked up in a while, and this is Rosewood Manor. Here's my book. Here it is. Cornwall Cottage. And this is stitched on, I think it's a 16 count white Aida. And I put in 320 stitches. What I did was working on this motif. When I stitch by myself, I work on motifs. If I'm ever on a Zoom call, then I go to the border and work on that. So I brought the border down some and I worked on this motif. I still have it to finish. So this is where she's at. Just want to make sure you're in the frame. So pretty. The colors really pop. Even those, like some people say, oh, white fabric? Oh, you could have done a color. Well, yeah, I could have, but I like the way the colors pop on this. There's nothing wrong with white Aida. And it's soft. I washed it. It was in one of those tubes, and I washed it, threw it in the wash, threw it in the dryer. Figure if it's going to shrink, it's going to shrink then. And I tried it with one strand of, I had it in a corner with 1 strand of thread, and I didn't like the coverage, so then I went to 2 strands, and but it's on 16 count, so I would have normally done 2 strands. Okay. Next, I pulled out Elizabeth by Mirabilia. This is what Elizabeth will look like. So pretty. And she's stitched on a 28 count sterling silver Lugana. And I put in 770 stitches. And I was able to get so many in because it was fill-in. I filled in this whole dark section, and let's see, and then this light section. I needed to be filled in. So, excuse the wrinkles, but I don't like ironing it too often. Still have a ways to go, but I made some good progress on her this time. And if I'm not mistaken, I think she's called Yep, for July. So she'll get 2 more days. I hope it's good stitching days of fill in, because so what I filled in was this dark section right in here, right after that weird loop. I filled in that dark one and in the light one. So I still have ways to go. I have ways to go. It is so hot here in New Jersey and humid. That's the worst part of it. It's humid. And we've been out and about all day. Yesterday we brought our car in to be serviced, and it was ready late in the day, like really late, and we were having thunderstorms. So we said we'll pick it up in the morning. So we went to pick it up, and then we came home. I grabbed a quick bite because we hadn't had breakfast, and I was running out to the library to meet my friends. And then I came home and we went to, we're sort of in the shopping for a new car. So we went to one dealership after that. That's why I'm stitching videos so late in the day. It's like almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it looks like thunderstorms, and they're predicting, I don't know, winds and thunderstorms tonight, but sometimes you never know. And this morning I set my hair with electric curlers so that I would have some body. And by the time I came home, this didn't exist. I had to use a curling iron just to make myself halfway decent to videotape. Oh my gosh. Anyway, the next project I pulled out was Gifted to Be by my friend Kathy. Oh my gosh, Kelly. She gave me this set, and I started with this one. This is the Starfish Cottage by Country Cottage Needleworks, and it comes with the silks. It doesn't say what brand on here that I can see right now, but it comes with the silk threads. Let me show you another one. Here, I'll try and hide the pattern, but each one comes with silks that are used for that particular block. And I stitched, back to the other page, Summer Seascape. I put in 337 stitches, and this is stitched on, let's see, where's my little tag, 28 count ice blue Lugana. And that's where I'm at. So what I have left to do are some clouds, and I think that's it. Oh, and there's a widow's walk, is that what it's called up here above the house? And 2 clouds at the top. I'm not doing this curly Q and leaving that out. I'm just doing the blocks of houses. And that's where I'm at. So I just have the clouds and the widow's walk. This time I filled in the door and the water. I think that was all. Oh, and I had to finish the border. That's what I did to make up those 300 stitches. Okay, so this last project, this is what I was saving as far as updates. I don't even think I finished reading all the comments from my last video, and I'm starting to feel a bit overwhelmed with everything that goes on in everybody, your own life. And I feel that cross-stitching was occupying too much of my mind, too much of my time, and I don't want it to be that. I want it to be something that I'll sit down maybe at night and put in a couple of hours on something that I want to stitch on. And being so restrictive, I know a lot of people say I stitch on what I want to stitch on when I want to stitch, and I totally get that. And I do enjoy the acrostics. I do enjoy playing games, but it's a lot of pressure. Getting it done and then videotaping it and presenting it to you. So all I'm going to say at this point is this last project really sent me over the edge. I should have worked on it a little bit during the month, but I kind of saved it, and then I wanted to just get it done because it's a series, and I'm not good at series. I will do one or two, and then I want to put it away, maybe till the following year. So to have 12 that I'm not really enjoying from day one was way too much for me. That when I was working on this, I went all over the house. I went upstairs, I was stitching in here, I was stitching in my family room, I went outside to try to stitch, and I was enjoying it. I kept telling myself, why are you doing this? I said, okay, get this one done, and that's it. But I also feel like I need a break. So the only thing that, I'm going to show you what I worked on, but I'm going to say that it's not that I'm going to forget about my channel or forget about cross-stitching. No, I'm not going to put the pressure on me that I've been putting on myself. And so I'm going to take a couple of weeks off from videotaping and stitching. I mean, I'll probably stitch, but maybe on my terms of calm stitching or breathing stitching. I don't know. I can't explain it well at this moment, but I think you will understand that sometimes you want a break of whatever it is that you're doing. I would like to try, you know, a quilt, and I feel like, oh, I can't do that because I need to do this, or I can't do that because I want to read a book. I'm not an avid reader, but sometimes if I hear somebody talking about a book and I say, oh, that sounds like fun, I say, oh, but I don't have time to read a book. There's no such thing as I don't have time. I make time. So basically what I'm trying to say is I'm going to take some time this summer and make time for me of what I want to do that's different. And when I come back, I will share with you what I've been stitching. I might stitch on something for 2 days instead of one. But whatever it is, whatever stitching, quilting, I will be back and I will share it with you. It's just that I won't be back for a couple of weeks at this point. So this is the project that put me over the edge, where I almost told Sal I want to throw everything in the room, close the door and lock it. And he said to me, yay. He doesn't get it. Because it was something that I took up after I retired and became obsessed with it, that he doesn't understand how much I really enjoy it. But I have to take time for the rest of my life. So with that being said, I was stitching on number 4 stocking, the full 4 calling birds. And I'm stitching this on 14 count black Aida. And that's what put me over the edge. So here's number 4, totally finished. They're adorable. I love them, but I think it was the fact that I had to get one done every month and there was no, I don't know, it just really. So here's 6 that I've completed. I did number 4 upside down to save room on the fabric. Now, let me fold it so that you don't see through it. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 is upside down, 5, and 7. And then, I'll put 4 up this way. There's 4. And the reason I did it, I wanted to make sure I had enough room, and then to allow room. I don't know. I just did it that way. So that's the 6 that I've completed. So this is going in timeout. I don't know. Maybe till next year. Maybe I'll take it out. One day I'll say, let me see if I can get some stitching on it. I don't know. Maybe I'll never touch it again. I can't say right now. But right now, I will say that just give me some time and I will be back. And of course, I'll share any finishes with you, any stitching that I've got accomplished, anything that goes on in my life. You know, I always speak about my grandchildren, and I'll be having them this week on Friday night, Saturday night, and their parents come home on Sunday. And then the end of the week, at the end of the month, they're going away again. And I might have the dog. So yeah, and then, you know, before you know it, summer's gone. So I want to just take some time for me, and then when I come back, I'll be rejuvenated and be able to share with you everything that's been going on. Hopefully all good, not too much bad, if any at all. And I hope you understand, and I hope you return when I do. And until then, guys, love you. Bye.